back in the LCQ, but what we've seen last year, Villopoto wins the LCQ, whole shot to the main, ends up second. So it can be done, and it looks like for Josh Hill to get through to that main event, he's going to have a good LCQ.
This time they get smoothly through that first corner.
This is the bloody knuckles swollen elbow battle, and nothing is more matter of fact.
I believe that's Maroney with the whole shot.
Through into the whoop section. It's the 925 out front. That's Marvin Mesquin from France.
My mistake. It was tough to see that there, the big numbers.
The 989 running back in second place, Cody Mackey. Came all the way from Australia. An international affair in the last chance qualifier up front.
Got to be a good feeling here to get out front, put in some good laps, make the main event. If Anaheim won, be in the show. You got Willard sneaking in here too.
How's the track holding up, Jeff?
I think it's holding up really good. I think that the track's getting better than what it was in practice, actually. The sand section, though, is going to start getting whooped out, and if you can already notice right there, Willard was, and as is the other lights riders, they're unable to triple coming out of the sand section, and that's going to kill their lap time.
No semi-final races this year. You go from heat straight to the last chance qualifier. Here comes a 58 charging up through the field hard, trying to get himself a good position. Josh Hill. One of the reasons for that was to help keep the racetrack good throughout the course of the evening. Do you believe that's helping?
Yeah, I think that they've done a really good job with it. The whoops are holding up pretty good. Josh Hill making a couple of mistakes here. I was out at the Yamaha track with him last week also, and he was riding awesome. And just picking up on little things, this being his first Supercross, he's going to learn a little bit here. And I stressed to him the other day that he needs to work on those starts and make life easy for himself. And so far, he hasn't done that in either one of his qualifying rounds. But second place right now is going to be good enough to make it to the main event.
Michael Willard in fourth. Remember, the top four will transfer out of this. Only 2 laps left. And a pass here as well as Hill slides up around.
Yeah, these guys are way off the pace right now. They're only turning in a lap time of a 1:04.7. That's looks like we talked about earlier that for the lights riders, that this track is going to be it's
quite a challenge.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more of a challenge than for the Supercross bikes, because there's some obstacles that lights riders, when the track was perfect, it was just about all they could do. So as their bumps and the acceleration bumps and the track deteriorates, it's going to take that option away.
I mean, we've had an incident on the left side of the screen. That's what the yellow flags are for, is we're on the last lap here. You can still ride through there, you just cannot pass during the yellow flag area.
Yeah, that's correct. We have seen a lot of yellow flags tonight. Those heat races, the first heat races, qualifying races, we even seen top guys going down. Top lights riders, top Supercross riders. This is Anaheim 1. I guess it just shows how important, how much nerves are involved for everyone.
The international battle in the last chance qualifier has slipped back to second between Mesquin and Mackey. A rider from France and a rider from Australia. And right now, give the position to Mackey on the 989, who hails from Australia.
I don't think he's much going to care as long as he's 1 through 4. You know, it doesn't matter at this point. You've already had to ride some extra laps.
Checkered flag is going to go to Josh Hill. He'll take the win in the last chance qualifier. And here are the final 4, including Willard, that will fill out tonight's main event for the Supercross Lights West Coast season opener. Well, the evening is well underway here in Anaheim, but there's still plenty of racing left to go. Josh Hill has got plenty more to go. He's going on to the main event. It's coming up for the Supercross class. Mackie Musquin and Mitt Willard will join him there. The live coverage of Anaheim 1 continues here on the home of Supercross Speed. Here in Anaheim, it's a little cool, but the crowd is definitely into it tonight, and a big moon high overhead here in Southern California. It's been very windy. Santa Ana winds whipping through here yesterday. It was freezing inside the stadium last night, so we were getting everything set up. A little rain on Thursday,
but a perfect night tonight. This is man, the track has been brutal for all the riders. There's been a lot of guys going down, and we'll see who can take that main event win.
Supercross Last Chance qualifiers coming up, so we need a Progressive Direct pre-race report from Chris Devoda.
Well, before we get into this LCQ, I want to take you a little bit behind the scenes. Behind me, the track, that's what you've seen all night. But we're going to show you something you never get to see. Behind the stage, what goes on back here, we're going to show you. The photographers, this is where they kind of download some of their photos, get everything ready before heading back out as we come along here. This is the ramp. Remember opening ceremonies when the riders come out? This is where they go up here. These metal doors slide open, and that's where they go onto the stage. I have no idea how they ride their bikes up that ramp. That is the big mystery of Supercross to me. The most popular place to be back here, hanging with the girls, the Progressive Direct pre-race girls, trying to stay warm on a very chilly California night. As we continue to walk our way around, you can see we come right back out, and we're right back to the track where the action is about to take place. And Ralph, before you came to me, you mentioned a big moon. I got really nervous, by the way.
Here's our Dunlop starting grid for the Last Chance qualifier. Nathan Ramsey is in this one. I think a bit of a surprise to see Nathan in here.
Yeah, definitely not the way that he wants to start out the season, but pole shot will do him a lot of good.
Unfortunately, he's not going to get it. Oh, a couple of riders down, including the 77. That's Doug DeHaan. And the 965 of Antonio Balbi. The whole shot, I believe, went to Paul Carpenter on the 37, who is leading. And then it's Kyle Lewis on the 23 right behind him. And a good battle going on for third. That's Kyle Mace on the 99. And he's got Doug DeHaan on the 43 with him. Or Jeff DeMint, I should say.
Yeah, Jeff DeMint. This interesting thing about Kyle Lewis, this guy's been riding Supercross since before I started. I think about a year before I started, which would have been probably 1988. He announced this is going to be his final season, so he's going to try to make the best of it here, get in that main event.
What's the strategy for the Last Chance qualifier? Obviously, you get in the top four, or top two in this case, or you go home. So there's no rest for the weary in this one. You just got to go flat out.
Yeah, you know, it's not a very long race, so you just have to hang it out. You got to get a good start. If you're back here, you know, running third, fourth, fifth, you just have to hang it out. I mean, you just completely have to go for it, because if not, you're going home.
We talked about how the track was staying in shape for the Supercross Lights class. Is it working just as well for the Supercross bikes, or are they tearing it up?
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of riders are coming down the whoops there on the left side. There's a good groove going. I think that that's going to probably deteriorate to where that it's not the best line, but we'll see how it comes along.
Nice move inside there by the 32 machine of Brian Clark as he picks off his spot, but he's got a long ways to go. Remember, the names in red do not hold the transfer spot to the main event, and only 2 are going out.
Our leader is down. Carpenter just fell in the second turn.
So Kyle Lewis takes over the lead. There's Carpenter.
Takes a lot of patience to get these 4-strokes started. You have to get it out of gear, which he hasn't done. The race is basically over for him anyway, but to get it back to the pits, you have to take it out of gear, take your hand off the throttle, kick it through nice and clean.
Why is it so hard to restart these bikes?
You know, I don't know, Ralph. This past year was my first full year on a 4-stroke machine, and I don't have it down yet either.
Change for the lead as the 99 moves his way up into the top spot. Kyle Mace. Lewis holds on to second, still a transfer spot.
One of our top riders, Nathan Ramsey, number 25 on the Yamaha, stuck back in 10th still. With only a couple laps to go, he's really going to have to pick it up to get into that second position. Nathan Ramsey, actually a former Supercross main event winner, even in the Ricky Carmichael era. He had a fantastic ride, and I believe it was Detroit, and locked down a main event. And not a lot of guys have done that.
Just not a good opening round for Nathan Ramsey. He rode pretty good up in Canada. Struggling here tonight.
Yeah, the Toronto round was not good for him. He actually got a 6th, I believe, at Vancouver, but there was just so much going on that we really didn't have a chance to talk about it or focus on it at all.
Ryan Clark on the 32 has moved himself up into third and is trying to catch Kyle Lewis right there on the 23. Lewis holds the final transfer spot into tonight's Supercross main event.
I'll tell you, Kyle Lewis is a pretty smart motocross racer. This guy, he's been around a long time, so look for him to start protecting the inside lines when it boils down to the last lap or two. Looks like he might get a little bit of pressure from Ryan Clark and Olaf.
Joe Olaf is in 4th on the 115.
They basically look like twins here. They're teammates.
Oh, it looked like Clark got through there a little bit better and then lost some ground back to Lewis. Oh, here he comes. Coming up hard through the whoops was Clark.
Excuse me, my mistake there. Olaf's on the KTM.
Here comes Clark right inside. That was for the final transfer spot. And Lewis is one spot back now. With about a lap and a half to go. You're watching the battle for the final transfer spot. Oh, and around goes Lewis. Big mistake.
Big mistake there. One lap to go. Clark got by him there pretty clean, and Lewis just tried to cut out of that. After the whoops, tried to cut down a little early. Caught some of them rocks on the inside of the turn and just spun that 450 Honda around.
The leader continues to be Mace. And Kyle has to hang on for about a half a lap for the win. Top two will get the straight transfer, so he's in pretty good shape.
Seen Josh Summey scroll across there being third. He actually just fell a couple of straightaways ago, so Summey is out of the race. No main event for him.
Mace loses the lead, but he still holds down a transfer spot.
No reason for these guys to run into each other or battle. There's a good gap back to third there, comfortably in the main event. Good job, guys.
Clark will take the checkered flag, the win, and the trip to the main along with Mason. Nathan Ramsey comes all the way up to third, one spot short of a transfer to the main. Here's how the start got underway.
You see the inside, they get out pretty clean, but once again, clip those tough blocks and they just start scattering. And I've said it numerous times tonight, that front wheel hits it, you're going down. Carpenter here hits a tough block once again with the front wheel, pops it up, just made a little mistake, just lost a little bit of traction and came to the inside too much. Main event's over. Almost took out a still photographer in the process, and here's the results out of our last chance qualifier for the Supercross class. The two riders that'll fill out our 20 rider field as we get set for the 20 lap main event coming up. Also coming up, another world champion in the house tonight. America's Nicky Hayden, MotoGP champ,
here in Anaheim. Good to see you, champ. We'll talk to you in a bit.
This January.
So have some of the biggest names in motorcycle racing. Ralph Sheheen alongside Jeff Emig, Chris Devoto, and Aaron Bates, all helping to bring the show to you. We hope you're enjoying the first ever live broadcast of Anaheim 1. It's been a lot of fun here so far tonight, but we got some more great racing to go, including the main events. One of the things we've enjoyed the most tonight is getting the opportunity to talk to some of the biggest names in motorcycle racing back in the house. I saw world champion Doug Poland here. MotoGP star John Hopkins is here. We saw Scott Speed earlier, but how about this guy? America's champion, MotoGP champion for 2006, Nicky Hayden. First of all, from all of us at Speed, we can't tell you how proud we are of you to win this championship. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's a great feeling, and yeah, I appreciate it. I definitely got a lot of support from all the fans back home, and you know, it's nice to bring that title back here stateside, and you know, now we won it. We just got to try to hang on to it next year, but I feel good.
What's the process from here? How's the 800 coming along? A big change in the MotoGP series.
Yeah, definitely. They're shaking things up next year, change the rules, but still, I mean, it's still about getting the speed, you know, finding the rider and the right setup, and working with your team. So yeah, a few things are going to change, and I leave in about 2 weeks, back to the grind, back testing, and you know, get ready for that opener when the light goes out, be ready to fight.
Well, Nicky, that championship, I know that feeling when you beat the guy that seems to just keep winning them all, and that had to be a special feeling to take the championship from Rossi.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, winning anything's great, but also to be able to beat Rossi and you know, be the first guy to win also the last race on MotoGP as we know it, the last guy of the series. So was just a huge moment for myself and my team and my family, everybody who's been behind me. Been a lifelong dream of mine, and you know, dreams do come true, you know, Jeff.
Yeah, how did you keep yourself motivated after that second to last race with the crash and the injury that really wasn't talked about? You just never lost sight of the championship, and you never gave up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to take all the credit. There it is again, get to see it one time.
Yeah,
but,
one more time, huh?
You know, I mean, I got a lot of good people around me. I can't just say it's me. You know, I got a really good team, my trainer, my family, everybody's been in my corner, and just taught me, you know, giving up ain't gonna get you nothing. And I know it sounds like a cliche. They say don't ever give up, but really we didn't, and went into the last race. We still had a chance, still had a little bit of hope, and put some pressure on Rossi, and he, you know, made a mistake.
Now, what does Eldon Baker, your trainer, what does he bring to it? He also trains Ricky Carmichael. To me, last year's Supercross and your MotoGP championship were the two greatest motorcycle championships ever. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that dude deserves a lot of credit. I mean, like I say, you can't win titles on your own, and Eldon, I mean, it's no secret his philosophy, I mean, not just physical, but mental. I mean, he's been a big part of my program, and, you know, there's a few days here and there that definitely aren't cupcake days, you know, but dang, that stuff pays off, and, you know, whatever it takes, you just got to stick to the program and hope it pays off.
Final question, how's the shoulder? Because you did injure it in that incident with Annie.
Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. I am not able to ride yet, but it's been about 5 weeks. I had the surgery, and I was over that sling, get rid of that, and I've been back rehabbing, and hopefully I'll be ready to test in 2 weeks in Malaysia. So Dr. Ting hooked me up, took good care of me again, and I'm ready to go.
Well, you never get just one Hayden at a motorcycle race. Nicky, of course, is here. Brothers Tommy is here, and we got everybody else ready to go.
Got little sister in the house, mom babysitting, so got the whole crew.
Roger Lee is here, but where's Earl? Earl, you better be at home watching this thing live on Speed, right?
Yeah, I would say so, if he's still up. It's kind of late back here on the East Coast. He's a bit of an early bird, so. Well, and he don't know how to work TiVo, so that's probably not.
Who's your favorite tonight?
I like RC. I mean, you know, that's my guy. I think he's just everything on the track. He's done so much for the sport, and you know, now there's so many rock stars and thugs and athletes, and I think he just still stands for what a true champion should be. And you know, I mean, I don't know if I'd bet on him, but
it's a good pick.
I think it's a safe pick. I like him. I'll be pulling hard for him.
Well, that was a true championship quest. Good job. Congratulations, Nicky. Go get another one. We're coming right back to Anaheim to see who's going to be the winner of Anaheim 1 live on Speed. First race here in Anaheim, Supercross-wise, was held on December 4th, 1976. It was won by Marty Smith on a Honda. Big crowd that night. and another big crowd here tonight. Well, the Kawasaki Speed Poll still going on. Here's the latest update. James Stewart, still the big pick of the night. Ricky Carmichael, 29% of those that have voted think he stands a chance, but 9% now thinking maybe somebody else might pull it off.
I tell you, Rob, it's going to take a big upset, big mistake, first turn crash, something for anybody other than those top three to win this main event.
If you still want to know what, you still want to let us know what you think as to who could win, log on to speedtv.com to vote or text your answer to Speed3. Well, one of the hot spots to sit to watch the race here in Anaheim, if you're not in the crowd in the regular grandstand seats, is up in the Knothole Club, and that's where Aaron Bates is at.
Well, it most definitely is the most hot spot of the evening up here at the Knothole. If you're anybody or somebody, this is where you want to be, whether you're a celebrity or a VIP. Take a look around here, full of festivities, a lot of drinking going on, but mostly a bird's eye view of the track. Can't get much better seating than this up here. I tell you what, everyone up here is having a good time, wishing each other a happy new year, catching up a little bit, placing some bets on who's going to win here tonight. But the racing is about to begin down there, Ralph, so I got to make my way back down to the track.
One of the famous faces you might see up there tonight, Juan Pablo Montoya, getting ready for his first full season of NASCAR Nextel Cup competition and taking in the Supercross race here tonight in Anaheim.
Just like on Speed Channel, you know, racers are racers. They love seeing other racing competitions. So it's been a fantastic night. We've got to meet a lot of really great individuals tonight.
Fans getting ready for the main event. Supercross Lights, West Coast season opener. Headed to the gate. We'll have it for you when we come back to Anaheim. These fans hopefully will be back in the grandstands for the 2 more times that the Supercross Series is going to visit this exact stadium in the coming weeks. Of course, you'll see all of that racing action right here on Speed, and our partners at CBS will be helping to bring the Supercross Series to you this year. Here's the up-close look at the Supercross Lights main event, which is coming up for 15 laps, 22 riders. 2006 winner of this event was Andrew Short. Progressive Direct pre-race report just before we drop the gate on it, however. Here's Aaron Bates.
I tell you what, it was a quick hustle down here from the Knothole, but I finally made it. Ryan Villopoto, your preseason favorite guy that's supposed to take this championship home here this evening. Find out what happens. He said that he is more nervous tonight than he has ever been to race in his entire life. When I asked him how, especially having his rookie season over and done with, he said, to be honest, now the world knows what I'm capable of after winning a motocross championship this year. He said the pressure is on his shoulders. He's feeling it, but he's excited to get this race going.
It's a big moment for Ryan Villopoto as we take a look at our Dunlop starting grid and the names that are in there. He's very fast in his heat race, ended up winning it. How much pressure do you see put on him tonight?
Well, that's exactly it. My very first 125 main event here back in 1989, and I was expected to win, and it put a little bit more pressure on my shoulders. So, you know, it's almost like it's his to lose.
For those of you that might be new to Supercross racing, the 125 class is now known as Supercross Lights. So we take a look at our onboard with Troy Adams. Watching the gate.
This is a great perspective here. He's going to look down just behind the gate to the right.
Purcell gets the hole shot as the rest of the field chases after him.
I tell you, Ralph, this kid's something special here. He's going to show us just what he's made of. This is going to be an exciting main event.
Well, he's going to have to try to disappear quickly.
That's Villopoto coming down the inside, making a pass for second.
Josh Grant, by the way, who made it into the main event, did not make the start. No word yet as to why, but he's not making the start here tonight. So that'll be a huge blow to his title hopes.
Probably had a little something to do with that hard crash that he took in practice earlier today.
Villopoto on the 51.
Interesting thing about these guys, they're both on the Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki's. So they've been out at the test track sizing each other up, running lap for lap. Porcel probably had a good chance to gauge his speed against Ryan Villopoto. They also had a great race at the Motocross Nations over in England last September. This is going to be a good main event here.
Villopoto is homeschooled, and when you talk to him about what life is like for young Ryan, it all centers around Supercross and motocross and furthering his career. And you ask him, you know, what do you do for fun? He says, I ride. Well, what do you do when you're not riding? Nothing. I just ride more. That's all his life is, and it's paying off right now as he runs down the French rider.
You know, one thing when you watch Ryan, who's going to make the pass.
What a great move. Launching himself into the air and into the lead, but not for long. Or is it? Yes, he makes it stick.
We haven't seen anybody double. When you come off the finish line, you do that little step up. We haven't seen anybody double that. They just kind of rolled it. He just squared up Christoph and jumped to the inside and blocked his momentum coming out of that turn two. What I was going to say, Ralph, is one thing that I like about Villopoto and his riding style, his head and shoulders seems to stay very still as his arms, his legs, the rest of the body, and the bike move around, but his head seems to stay so focused. Taking a wide line there, huh?
Kawasaki organization putting a lot of hopes on Ryan Villopoto. Naturally, they already have James Stewart in the fold, but a lot of folks think Villopoto might be the future king of the sport.
Well, you know, he's on board that Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and I can't think of a better place to be than with Mitch Payton. And although I've never, well, I've ridden for Mitch, I've used his pipes and stuff. I always had to race against Mitch Payton, so I know how tough it is to beat his guys.
Aaron, we know that John Scramp didn't make the call. Is it due to that injury from earlier today?
Yeah, absolutely, Ralph. We saw him go down in practice in the whoop section. He went down hard. In fact, he stayed down for quite some time. But like we mentioned earlier, he did go and get himself checked out. You notice that he raced his heat race and he did okay, but you're going to notice that he's not here racing his main event. Upsetting news for Josh Grant, especially when he said he felt more comfortable on this track than any other track because it resembles his practice track at home. He said he had all of the technical sections dialed in, but it didn't quite go as planned for him tonight.
Here we see Jason Lawrence recovering after that heat race crash. Fourth place here in the main event so far, giving Josh Hansen all kinds of trouble.
Lawrence on the 338. Sorry about that, Jeff. The rider in blue and white.
You know, Lawrence has been such a controversial rider, has got lots of talent. His dedication and his work ethic has been questioned in the past. So far, it looks like Yamaha Troy has made a good choice in bringing him on board and hoping to have a good season.
And he goes right by Hansen on the 100. And the one thing about Jason Lawrence, if you like colorful riders who tend to be quite a bit of a character, free spirits, if you will, this is your guy. No doubt about it.
Yeah, but he also is a very talented rider. I really like his riding style, and so if he can bring his work ethic and his dedication up to his talent and skill level, he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in this lights class.
Well, Jeff, it's looking like that now because last year we didn't see him run this well till the end of the year. Let's go back and take a look at the Progressive Direct hole shot.
Comes from the middle here. Porcel just probably when he grabbed that second shift, just separated himself just a little bit, was able to double the step up coming out of the first turn. And that's your Progressive Direct hole shot.
It looked like he had to beat Jason Lawrence to get it as well. Lawrence got a great start as well. So Lawrence putting together a pretty good night here. He runs in third. But the man putting together the best night is Ryan Villopoto. His best lap time so far, a 57.7.
That's pretty quick. He's there was some of the Supercross riders earlier in their heat races weren't able to match that. Porcel staying right there with him, gaining a little bit of confidence as the race goes on, especially if he stays close to Villopoto.
You know, one of the things Ricky Carmichael mentioned earlier today was that he wished he had spent one more year in the lights class before he moved up to the big class. How long do you think Ryan Villopoto should stay in lights before he moves up?
Well, as long as he needs to. I actually was a rider back in 1991. I pointed out pretty quick. McGrath got to stay in the lights class, in the lights class in the '92 season, gain a little more confidence. And I'm one of those riders that I wish I had one more year to hone my skills also.
Let's take you through the top 5. Ryan Villopoto leads it. Purcell runs in second. Jason Lawrence having a good night in third. Josh Hansen runs in fourth, and Weimer holds down the 5th position. The action continuing in the Supercross Lights West Coast main event. You're going to see every lap before we take a break here tonight. You're going to see the same thing with our Supercross main event as Speed brings you all the action live from Anaheim, and you're not going to miss a bit of it.
See how some of the ruts are developing. Usually they start on the high line, and then as the race progresses, they start bringing it down, bringing it to the inside instead of going to the high side of it. It always develops that way. Josh Hansen getting a little squirrely there, getting into the whoops, and that was that main line off to the rider's right side that I was talking about.
That's Jake Weimer on the 73, fighting with Hansen over 4th position.
Even caught Weimer taking a little look over to see where 3rd and 2nd was. I mean, he's not only focused on getting past Hansen, but he wants to make his way onto the podium.
Do you usually check that sort of thing when you're in mid-flight, maybe on one of these big triples or doubles like that one?
Well, definitely while you're in the air, or maybe when you go down the start straight. But what it tells me is that he believes that he can be further up in the field than where he's at right now.
This is a fight for 8th position, which Chris Gosler holds right now on the 102.
I like this section coming through the sand right here. These riders that are starting to get a little bit whooped out. If we get another chance to see some of the top riders, they're lifting the front wheel and wheeling through the sand section. It's really cool because they're standing it straight up, dropping it down in the big hole, and then tripling out. Takes a lot of skill to do that, Ralph. Right here, watch this, Ralph, right here.
Villopoto on the 51.
Looking as good as we've ever seen him.
And living up to the billing. Talked about all the pressure. How much of a pressure release will it be for him if he's able to come into Anaheim and get the win?
Yeah, it's great to get that first one out of the way, and confirms that for the last 3 or 4 months, all of his training and practicing and bike setup and what the team's been working on, confirms that they're making the right choices.
2nd place, Purcell. 377. Now, if you're wondering where some of the other light stars are, like Mike and Jeff Alessi, well, they'll be running the East Coast Series for the Supercross Lights class. We'll see them later in the year. The only time all the riders in Supercross Lights get together is when we get to Las Vegas for the shootout. And you'll see that, of course, live as well here on Speed. That's in May. Jason Lawrence on the 338. Blue and white riding gear, holding down 3rd place.
Putting in a really great ride tonight. Seems to be staying extremely focused. It's obviously that his fitness is good now, and I think that that's what a lot of people have been looking for him for a year or so.
How far back is 4th place? Jake Weimer is the rider that holds that position. Here he comes. Right there. Weimer on the 73, the red machine. He's fighting with Hansen on the number 100, the KTM rider, the orange and black motorcycle, over 4th position.
Yeah, you remember a couple laps ago, we caught Jake Weimer looking over to see where the podium riders were. Sure enough, Josh Hansen, he was looking past him, and he's going to be focused on trying to catch up to Jason Lawrence right now.
Rider down just over to the left. You can see the yellow flags coming out. Remember, you can ride fast through the yellow section. You just can't pass anybody through there. 622 is the rider that went down. Kyle Cunningham.
Kyle being a rookie also. This is his first Supercross.
On board with Adams. The great thing I like about the onboard cameras, since they're mounted to the helmet, you get an exact look at what the rider is looking at.
We also got some pretty good sound there. You can hear some of the over revs and things that happened as the riders go through these obstacles.
Hansen with the move. Fighting for fourth with Jake Weimer, who cuts back inside. Great action for fourth position as Hansen takes it back. Well, let's show you what happened to Cunningham with a 622.
Comes down.
Boy, that was hard.
That was really hard. When it all started, he was in that rut, like I said, on the rider's right. Got bucked a little bit, and his hand actually came off the right side, off the throttle side, and then it was nothing but bad news from there.
He was 11th when that incident took place. Here comes that fight for fourth. Hansen still has it. Weimer trying to take it away.
Hansen really showing a lot of heart here, not challenging the podium riders, but really challenging for that fourth place ride.
Nobody really challenging Ryan Villopoto, however.
I want you to watch him right through here. He's going to jump into the sand section. Wheelies through the sand section, drops the front wheel down in the hole before that triple, and just carries tons of momentum, making it look easy, and that's a really tough section.
As Villopoto goes through the whoops, we'll look back for second place. Purcell, here he comes. He's running about a second slower with his best effort here tonight than Villopoto.
But this is a great way for him to start. He's got to be really happy at this point. You know, he stayed within himself. He didn't try to challenge for the lead. If that wasn't the pace that he was on, he's going to gain some confidence. But this rider, he's got all the confidence in the world at this point. He's shake off a little bit of nerves.
What a year he had last year. Goes on to win the outdoor championship for the lights class and is a part of the Team USA winning squad that went to the Motocross of Nations, and now on his way to a win here in Anaheim and the points lead in the Supercross Lights West Coast Series.
Well, you can tell he's still a little bit young. He hasn't had enough of these wins. There was no fancy stuff over the triples, no one-handers waving to the crowd. He wants to cross that checkered flag, then maybe he'll do a little bit of showing off.
He's on the final lap here at Anaheim.
This is a great feeling round for him to come out and win this main event. This is a special race to win.
Ryan Villopoto wins the Supercross Lights West Coast season opener. The challenge for fourth place continues to the line. Purcell will take second. Third will go to Jason Lawrence, but the fight for fourth goes to Josh Hansen. Jake Weimer did a good job chasing it, but will have to settle for fifth. Troy Adams is going to take you across the finish line in sixth.
Very respectable finish to start out for Troy here.
Ryan Villopoto will make his way to the podium. We'll come back to talk to the winner of the West Coast season opener right after these words.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Action. Want to relive the excitement? Watch all the 2007 AMA Supercross and Superbike events on Speed, on demand, online. And it's all free, courtesy of Yamaha. So log on now, speedtv.com, keyword Yamaha, and get up to speed. Here's the results out of the opening round for the Supercross Lights West Coast Series. Ryan Villopoto taking the win. Christophe Purcell, an outstanding ride in second. Jason Lawrence and Josh Hansen showing that they're ready to go after a championship run here this year. They are in the top 5 tonight. Well, let's meet our winner. Standing by with Aaron Bates.
Well, thank you, Ralph. It's been 3 months that he's had off of racing. You would think he'd be a little bit rusty, but tonight that's not the case at all. Ryan, you hadn't been racing. How are you able to keep up with these guys, and how are you able to come out there swinging the way you did?
Yeah, you know, all over the break, you know, everybody works hard, and, you know, I guess I've been working hard too, and, you know, it pays off, and, you know, couldn't have done it with all the sponsors, you know, just everybody, and Monster Pro Circuit, Kawasaki, and mom and dad, my whole family's here, and, you know, Doug from Bridgestone, and, you know, Toyota of Escondido, Scott, Jeff Fox of Parts Unlimited, and, you know, it's everybody I'd just like to thank.
Now, what about the pass that you had for the lead there? Your teammate from France is coming in. Did it surprise you at all?
Well, no, because he came over here when we did U.S. Open on 80s, and, you know, obviously he was good on that. It's not like it went down the tubes from there, but, you know, he was fast and gave me a good race, and I just like to thank everybody. You know, first race, a little, everybody's got jitters, and, you know, I'm glad to get it out of the way.
He said he was pretty happy. You hold your breath a little bit on that first race, but now he's able to breathe. Congratulations, Ryan Villopoto.
Thank you.
Well, it's all about the road to Las Vegas. We start live this year here in Anaheim. We'll finish live in May in Las Vegas. We sure hope you will join us there as we go to Sam Boyd Stadium to crown the champions in Supercross. And, of course, we'll have the East-West shootout when we get there. And that will also be seen live right here on Speed. If you can't join us in Vegas, make sure you tune in and catch it all live here in Vegas. Of course, the points for the series will reflect the finishing order. So let's meet the man who is second in the points. He was second in the race tonight. He's with Aaron.
Well, the MX2 world champ coming in, not only getting the whole shot, Christopher Purcell. Christopher, coming from France, you'd said that you were only coming over to America for your first 3 races. With a performance like this, does it give you any kind of confidence whatsoever to stay in the West Coast Series?
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm on the podium. I told my mechanic I want to do the all shot. I took the all shot and I finished second. I'm really happy. Thanks everybody, thanks Kawasaki, and see you next week.
Congratulations on a great performance out there.
Well, there's a lot of great racing yet to happen on the Supercross Tour, as this is the season opener here in the United States. So let's show you our Toyota moving forward upcoming event schedule. As we said, we're partnering up with our good friends over at CBS Sports to bring it all to you. You'll be able to see Phoenix next on CBS. That's where the tour heads next week. Supercross will air Sunday, 1/14, the 14th of January at 12:30 p.m. Make sure you see that. Of course, Supercross Lights action is seen only here on Speed. Let's see who was in third, Aaron.
Well, I tell you what, Jason Lawrence, he didn't qualify here last year on the first round. In fact, his best performance was at the end of last year with a 3rd place, but he managed to conquer this on the first round. Jason, a year has passed by. Obviously, a lot has changed. How have you been able to make so many improvements?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of time to mature, and I'm on an awesome team now. I think that's the biggest thing. Yamaha Troy's done a lot for me, and they put 100% in, so I put 100% in, and it's awesome to come here to the first race and end up on the box like this. It feels great.
What does it do for your confidence coming up here?
It does a lot. I mean, I know that I've been putting in a lot of work, but I mean, that's just not enough to know that you can come to the track and know you can be on the box every weekend, and it's awesome now to have that confidence.
I tell you what, the track is slippery out there. They've all complained about it, but there's yet one more race to come.
On January 16th, you're invited to the most anticipated event of the year, the Barrett-Jackson Collector Car Auction. See the most amazing mosaic of cars and experience the thrill of the bid. Barrett-Jackson Collector Car Auction live January 16th, 7 p.m. exclusively on Speed. Gonna be a busy weekend in Phoenix next week. We'll be there for Supercross, and Barrett-Jackson will be going on. Main event coming up live on Speed.
We've been on the run, driving in the sun, looking out for #1. California, here we come, right back where we started from. Well, hustlers, grab your guns, your shadow weighs a ton, driving down the 101. California, here we come, right back where we started from.
This January,
Bill will make his final ride at the Big 8 tonight, looking to capture the only race he has never won. James Stewart is the odds-on favorite to capture 2 titles this year. The 21-year-old Kawasaki star comes to America's opening round looking to claim his spot as the sport's next great star. Team Honda's Kevin Windham looks to repeat his 2005 victory at the Anaheim Opener as he chases an elusive championship. With 2004 champ Chad Reed beaten and battered, former Lights champion Grant Langston carries the big blue banner at the opener. Supercross is next, right here on Speed. For the 17th time, the Amped Mobile AMA Supercross season is kicking off right here in Angel Stadium in Anaheim, and we are so glad you're seeing it with us live here on Speed. It is absolutely sold out here in Angel Stadium. 45,000+ people have packed in to the what used to be known as the Big A to watch Supercross live and in person. If you can't be here in the grandstands, glad to have you with us on TV as we bring it all to your living room. Let's touch base with Chris Devoto for a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, this is it. Ricky Carmichael's last stand at Anaheim. So many of the fans in the stands, that is why they're here. How big is his following? Well, out in the pits earlier today, Ricky Carmichael did an autograph session. The line, I counted the steps. It was 98 steps. What that shows out here on this track, it would be all the way from here where I'm standing, down over that jump, out of that double, around that berm, and halfway down that turn. About 3 people wide. That is how many people waited in line. That was at 3 o'clock. The autograph session was still going strong. All of those people in these stands, they are going to go nuts if Ricky gets this whole shot. They are going to go nuts when he makes a pass. You're going to have to listen for it. The cheers will tell you everything.
It will be Ricky's 109th career start. Here's our Dunlop starting grid. All the right names are there, Jeff.
Whew. Man, this is one of the biggest Anaheims I can remember. The crowd are completely on their feet right now. A lot of energy in the air here. This is great.
Michael Byrne will carry the onboard camera for us, and just like with the Supercross lights, you will see every lap before we take a break. Here we go, Anaheim 1. And the whole shot goes to Chad Reed.
Reed, Carmichael, and Stewart, or Stewart, Carmichael.
We talked about how beaten up Chad Reed is. He's toughing it out. He's going for the whole shot. He gets down and he has the lead.
Well, Chad's a warrior. He knows what he has to do. He has to get out front, establish the lead, give it everything he's got. It's 20 laps here on that shoulder. He can rest tomorrow.
Look at Stewart through the works for the lead. Chad Reed on the 22, riding with a stress fracture in his right shoulder blade and a chipped collarbone. Holds second place at Anaheim 1. Here comes Carmichael on the inside of the number 4.
It's going to be Carmichael's last chance to win Anaheim 1 here. He needs to get by Chad Reed quick because Stewart has been so fast all day, doesn't want to let him get any lead at all. But like he said, he wants to be there with only a couple laps. He feels he's the strongest at the end.
How will he get him? Where should he set up the pass?
I think he's setting it up right here, Ralph.
Through the sand. Boy, you can hear the crowd come to life. Everybody's still on their feet here in Anaheim.
The fists are pumping too. The crowd here in Anaheim are loving this. This is what they all came to see. Ooh, big mistake by Stewart.
Wow, look at Carmichael's backside of that motorcycle flopping and flailing in the air. Reed gets by to take second place.
I'll tell you, this track has been tough for everybody, and now we've seen our top 3 Supercross stars, each one of them making mistakes. It's just how bad they want it. They're giving it everything they got.
Chad Reed is such a warrior. We saw it last year at Daytona, riding injured and finishing second. And he's doing another gritty performance here tonight.
I'll tell you, these guys, though, they got to focus. They got to put in perfect laps. See, Carmichael's going to go wide here. The other guys aren't. He's tripling this. Then he gets a really good drive into the sand section. Makes up a lot of time, a lot of bike links there. Probably about 3 bike links he made up by doing that.
Carmichael trying to the inside of Reed as they come into the whoops.
Look for a pass here.
Got him. Boy, look at Reed. Reed is really giving him everything he's got.
This is great action. It doesn't do any good for them to do this, but you have to establish the position in second if you want to go for the lead.
The mechanics cheering them on. Over the finish line jump.
This is just what Ricky needed. He needed a couple bike links between him and Chad, so Reed wouldn't have any chance to retaliate or use an inside line through one of the wider bowl turns.
Carmichael, of course, the only rider to win AMA Supercross titles on 3 different brands of motorcycles, doing it on a variety of machinery, but so proud, he told us earlier today, to have accomplished it for Suzuki. Fight for 4th. Michael Byrne on the 26th, the rider on the yellow machine, being chased by Grant Langston, who's making a good transition to the bigger bikes. Langston on the number 8, and Tim Ferry, Stewart's teammate on the other factory Kawasaki, coming up behind them.
I'll tell you, we talk so much about the, quote, big 3. This year we've got such a great group of riders that consist of the Stewart's down.
Stewart had a problem. Chad Reed takes the lead.
I heard the crowd going crazy, Ralph. I couldn't see what was going on.
Carmichael, it looks like, actually he's going to take the lead, and Reed is going to move to 2nd. That'll put Stewart back to 3rd.
Woo, the crowd going down the straightaway here next to Carmichael. They are pumping their fists. They're loving it.
Remember, Ricky Carmichael has never won Anaheim 1. Stewart gets back around Reed for 2nd place.
And this is just what Stewart didn't need to do. He fell again. He was on the ground. What's going to happen? He's going to have to ride a little harder. His focus may be a little bit off. He's going to have to... This is where he's going to hang it out. This is why he ends up falling down sometimes.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened to James Stewart. Remember, we're only a quarter of the way through the race. 5 laps of 20 complete. Here's Chad Reed watching on the number 22.
Coming from way on the outside, probably about 6 gates from the outside. Great drive. Here comes Stewart. Nice, comfortable lead over the finish line and just washes the front end. That's a tough one to give up there.
Carmichael in the lead.
Stewart's catching him, though. He is on the gas.
But as you said, he's having to ride twice as hard to get there.
Well, Carmichael wanted a battle, and he's got it coming right now.
Stewart got incredibly quickly through that whoop section.
Well, the thing is, Stewart, week after week, is always the fastest guy through the whoops. He sets his front suspension up so stiff that's why the machine gets through there that much better. But what he makes up in the whoops, he gives away in front end traction by making it so stiff.
All right, he's on Carmichael now. Will he sit there for a while, or will he just pass him and try to disappear?
He's going to cut to the inside right here. Clean move.
But Ricky triples out of it and retakes the lead. That's that move he's been doing all night, going into the sand section.
Look at, that's the Bubba Scrub right there, taking the lead again.
There he goes, blazing through the whoop section.
Well, these guys aren't hitting 55s yet, but they're hitting 57 second lap times right now. That's pretty good considering the track's getting really slippery.
The Bubba Scrub is a move that James Stewart came up with. It's exciting to watch the riders fly high over the jumps, but actually that's not the quickest way to do it.
Yeah, you definitely, the lower trajectory that you can stay over the jumps, the more speed you can hit it with.
Stewart continuing the lead, and Carmichael jumping back into the sand section.
I look for Carmichael to try to follow some of his lines right now.
Here's the Bubba Scrub. Watch him do it.
Triples out of the turn, and then he just soaks up that right there. And watch over this triple. He just whips the bike sideways, stays about 4 feet lower over the jump, and is able to hit it with more speed.
And that helped Stewart get the lead. Stewart, the quickest rider of the night, a 56.4, his best effort, a second quicker than Carmichael's best effort. But Jeff, he just ran a 56.9 to Carmichael's 58.5. He's starting to open up a gap.
Yeah, that was a great lap. Even when we look back at the field a little bit, we got Travis Preston, number 11 on the Honda, that has snuck up into 4th place and put a Michael Byrne in 5th.
And here's Byrne battling with Tim Ferry. Ferry on the Kawasaki gets past and takes the position away, and that's a really intense fight because Byrne had that ride at Kawasaki just a year ago and lost it to Ferry.
Yeah, these are that B group guys that I were talking about that are just going to be battling it out all year. There's a lot of guys fighting for that final podium spot.
On board with Byrne.
This is a great shot right here. You can hear how much power, how much noise these 450s put out. I mean, he was like half throttle jumping the triple there, probably about 3rd gear. That's an amazing amount of horsepower.
Tim Ferry has moved himself and his family out to California. The rider who comes out of Florida says he's going to spend the whole month out here. He won't go back home till the end of Anaheim 3, which is weeks away yet. Grant Langston battling with Nick Way. Nick Way on the number 27. Langston on the 8 machine. That's a battle for 7th position. Nick Way had such a great privateer season last year.
Yeah,
a lot of folks thought maybe he should have gotten a factory ride this year.
Yeah, he really did. But he's on a really good team right now. His teammates David Villeman, they're putting together a program, developing the bikes that is, can run with the factory guys, and that's what the satellite teams are all about.
Villeman running in 11th right now, but what happened to Chad Reed? Where is he at? We are halfway through this main event, by the way.
Chad Reed's hanging right in there. He's still turning decent lap times, not great. 59.5 this last one, but he's staying strong, staying within himself, and getting points.
That's right. Most importantly, Chad Reed is in 3rd place. That's a healthy points night for a rider who's dinged up, beaten, and battered right now.
Yeah, 20 points is definitely better than 0. Sitting up in the stands like he was talking about.
And remember, he lost the AMA title last year by just 3 points. What a difference this could make at the end of the year.
Yeah, this is really gritting it out. This is what a champion's made of. Just when it comes to be showtime, he's just getting it done.
And one of the byproducts of this performance by Chad Reed, I talked to his team manager, Larry Brooks, earlier today. He said the team could not believe how tough Chad Reed was. He didn't want any pain medication at all. From the moment he left the hospital, he wanted a clear mind as he focused on Anaheim. The team was stunned by that attitude, and they've rallied around him. Here's Travis Preston in 4th on bike number 11.
Put together a great ride. He wasn't up in 4th off the start. He's kind of worked his way up there. Back on the factory connection Honda, where he won a 120 Lights Supercross Championship against James Stewart even.
And remember, he was involved in that horrific incident with James Stewart at Toronto. Could have knocked them both out for the season. This is a battle for 6th. Nick Way, Mike Byrne, and Grant Langston all in there. There goes Langston by Byrne.
Burner just getting pushed around a little bit there. Seems to have lost a little bit of focus. His lap time has definitely dropped off the pace.
Heath Voss now coming up into that fight as well, and Kevin Windham behind him in 10th. 9 laps remaining here in the main event. This is by far the best battle on the racetrack.
Yeah, these guys have been going at it. They've been actually passing some of the guys in front of them and still trying to battle between the two of them. Carmichael is down.
Langston back to the Supercross class. There's Ricky Carmichael. He's down. Don't know exactly what happened to him.
Well, actually was looking off the monitor, Ralph, there. He just got into that turn and spun it out.
He holds on to second place, though. Reed did not get around him. A tough moment for Carmichael, but maybe not the toughest thing ahead of him in his future. Talking to him earlier today, he was talking about the fact that he's going to have all this time coming up now that he's changing from 2 wheels to 4 wheels and getting used to everyday life is getting a little tricky for the man they call GOAT, greatest of all time. He doesn't have a lawnmower. Had to borrow one from his neighbor. It took him 3 hours in the hot Florida sun to get the yard mowed. So, boy, I like racing a lot better than that.
Yeah, racing's a whole lot easier when you've lived a life like he has, where you do nothing but focus on becoming a better racer, and everything else in life is taken care of for you. So
Grant Langston is down. The Asterix medical crew right on the scene immediately. They do an outstanding job of attending to the racers. So Langston is down. Stewart continues to lead here at Anaheim 1. Aaron, how's the track hanging in?
Well, as you guys notice right now, there's a lot of yellow flags going out. And as these guys come by, you're going to notice that they're being pretty cautious. The reason for that here at the Anaheim Stadium is known for the moisture in the air. Well, what happens as the night progresses and it gets a little bit colder, the moisture from underneath the soil raises to the surface and creates these extremely slippery conditions. A lot of the vets that have ridden here so many times before are aware of this, but for some of the guys that this is their first go around, it's something that's nipping them in the butt.
taking a look at James Stewart here, just really recovering after that fall earlier in the race. Just getting through the whoops there, super clean. He's definitely in his comfort zone now. Having Carmichael fall down there is just giving him a huge lead.
We've seen James Stewart do this before. Fall down just when you think it's all over, he's able to get up, find that extra speed to get the lead back.
Well, he has a lot to prove, and one of the things that he has to prove is that he can finish each race. And he might have fallen earlier in this main event, but he's definitely made up for it. And looking pretty comfortable, looking like he's going to take the win here at Anaheim 1.
Carmichael did get down to the 56-second range, but he's still half a second slower with his best effort from James Stewart. There's Ricky. I asked him as well that he has the option with his Suzuki contract that if he wants to ride some more in 2008 and or 2009, they would provide machinery for him. He says, I won't be back to Anaheim 1. This is my last shot at it. He said it won't crush him if he doesn't win it. In fact, I asked him, give me 5 things that you wish were different in your racing career, and he could only come up with 4, and one of them wasn't even not winning here at Anaheim.
Yeah, well, he's been our sport's greatest champion in so many ways. Like he said, this not winning Anaheim 1 is not going to define his career, but he has put in a great effort here tonight. James Stewart just really seems to be on his game, and even recovering from falling is just put in some awesome lap times. And, you know, maybe this is where the torch is handed.
Those 4 things, by the way, were not staying an extra year in the 125 class. He's crashed in San Diego in 1999, getting knocked out in 2002, and missing the 2004 season.
Well, not too bad. He can only come up with 4. That's pretty impressive.
The other thing I thought was so impressive about Ricky this weekend, when we asked him, you know, why are you here? Is it just because you didn't win this event? And he said, no, it's because as the reigning series champion, this being the season opener, I owe it to the fans to be here for the season opener.
Taking a look at David Vilman here, who has actually won Anaheim before. Came up and passed his teammate Nick Way here. So Vilman recovering from a bad start and getting some good points towards that championship finish.
Fight for 6th place. David telling me earlier that they did receive the engine components they were hoping to get. The bike much better than it had been at the opening 2 rounds in Canada for both him and Nick Way. But really, Jeff, he said it was really the mid-range and top end of the motor where they saw the improvement, and that's not really going to help them so much here in Anaheim.
Not at this point. Everybody's backing it down a little bit. There's been a lot of chaos here tonight. A lot of guys going down. They just want to smooth it out, finish out the main event.
Tracks that have longer straightaways or start areas is where we should see that power help filament and weigh as the season progresses. James Stewart, 2 laps to go, and he'll be a 2-time winner of the season opener here in Anaheim.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic race here tonight. Even with the little slip up, he still has shown his dominance. And it's a sign of good things to come here for the Monster Kawasaki. Man, that's cool right there. I love watching those guys go through. They're jumping in the sand section, wheeling over a couple rollers and dropping into that hole. That's awesome technique.
We talked about all the hype that was around Ryan Villopoto earlier in the night. I don't know if there's ever been more hype around a rider than there is around James Stewart.
Well, they both are feeling pressure of that they're the top picks. They're the guys that are supposed to do it.
We talked about Ivan Tedesco being hurt earlier in the evening. He's soldiering through this one. Tonight, he's sitting in 14th position. Started 8th tonight in the grid. And of course, Ricky Carmichael, his teammate. There's James Stewart on his final lap. Carmichael in second, Chad Reed, the other injured rider we talked about, in third tonight. But James Stewart, so much hype, so much pressure, and he is truly delivering here tonight.
Yeah,
Went down early, got back up, found extra speed. Nobody's been able to touch his pace. By far the fastest lap of the evening. He's celebrating and has every reason to.
How about Stewart there? He's so comfortable. He's doing one-handers through the rhythm section before the triple. It doesn't matter where. He's got this track wired. And what a way to recover from a very controversial first 2 rounds of the World Championship in Canada, where he had some crashes, some bad luck, and really making it count here at Anaheim 1.
James Stewart celebrating as he passes the mechanics area, and James Stewart wins Anaheim 1.
He is happy. How's that feeling? That is, there's such an emotional rush there, such a feeling of being a gladiator and a champion.
And in his final appearance at Anaheim 1, Ricky Carmichael is denied again. He'll have to settle for second. But Chad Reed, what a gritty performance. That right shoulder has to be absolutely killing him, but he comes across the line in third and does an outstanding performance to keep himself alive in the championship hunt.
Look at that. How's that emotion coming out right there? You work so hard for moments like this.
James Stewart, a 2-time winner of Anaheim 1. We'll talk to him when we come back. Celebration is underway in the victory podium area. The fans still enjoying what has been a great night of racing here. Here's a look at the results of the opening round of the Amp Mobile AMA Supercross Series. As you take a look at that, 30 times the AMA Supercross Series champion has finished in the top 5 of the opening round of the championship. However, our own Jeff Emig finished 6th at the opening round back in '97. He still won the title.
Still won the title, yeah. Carmichael's been the champ of that, though, when he DNF'd the first round and came back to win. That was pretty exciting.
Finished 21st officially at the opening round in '02 and won the title. As you look back through 11th through 20th, Grant Langston running very well, but crashed hard.
Yeah, and Ivan Tedesco managing to get a 14th with that damaged hand. Nice way to salvage some points. Probably 5 or 6 points out of this deal, and come Vegas, that could count.
Grittiest award of the night has to go to Chad Reed, Krista.
No question. Earlier today, he told us it's hard for him to even walk and breathe. How in the world were you able to compete for 20 laps and finish on the podium?
I can't even talk. It's like You know, honestly, my shoulder was painful, but my chest, man, I couldn't breathe at all, and man, right now it hurts like hell. But you know, come Vegas, I think I'll thank myself for riding this weekend. And man, I know why I got to be the tough guy, because it's not any fun.
Yeah, you said this pain, it's your shoulder, it's your collarbone, it's your chest. It basically works all its way through your body. With finishing third tonight, do you feel like you salvaged a chance to win a championship?
That's why I did it. I wouldn't do that for any other reason other than my will and my want to win a title. I have an unbelievable team behind me that just support me 100%, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to deliver. And man, it was a shame, you know. I think I had something this weekend, and everything's been going so great, and I think that's kind of what makes it sad a little bit. But I'll take third, man. I've never wanted to get third so bad in my life, and I've never been so happy.
All right, third never felt more like first for Chad Reed. A great performance for his new Team Manuel Yamaha group.
A stress fracture to the right shoulder blade and a chipped collarbone just a couple of days ago. No pain medication, and a third place at Anaheim 1. An unbelievable performance by Chad Reed. Here's our Toyota moving forward schedule of upcoming action with the Supercross Tour. You'll see Supercross Sunday, the 7th, 6 p.m. re-air this. The lights next Saturday. CBS will have Phoenix for you. Next weekend, we're all going to be there. Hope you join us. And then you'll see more Supercross action here on Speed, including the lights from Phoenix, Saturday, the 28th of January, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you tune in and enjoy all of that coverage. And if you enjoyed our live coverage here tonight, don't forget we're going to do the season finale live from Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas in May. Plenty more coming your way here in Anaheim. We're not done with our live coverage. We got some winning folks to talk to as well. James Stewart and Ricky Carmichael coming up. Stadium area and all the action going on down there. Interviews over the PA system being done, and a lot of folks wanting to hear from Ricky Carmichael, who, by the way, Aaron, remains tied with Jeremy McGrath on the all-time win list here in Anaheim with 8.
Himself that it was so close he could almost taste it, but it wasn't quite there. Ricky, around the 10th lap is where you went down. Would you kind of consider this a bittersweet victory?
You know what, it is, and actually the whole night I was just a little bit off, and I was trying, and he could exit, you know, start his turn a little bit earlier and exit, you know, and I'd come on the inside and I'd be too far out coming out, and so I was just looking for a mistake on his behalf at that point, and you know, I was just a little bit over that edge, and the rest was history.
Now, at the beginning of the night for opening ceremonies, it was an extremely emotional time for you. You had tears in your eyes, along with everybody else from your crew down here. How were you able to regroup and go out there and still manage what you were able to manage?
You know, you just put it behind you, but it was very tough. You know, you've seen it all coming back to you, and what you've accomplished, and you know, regardless of the turnout tonight, it doesn't do anything less to what I've done, and I'm just very happy and thankful for all the sponsors I've had and all the people behind me, and look forward to a new challenge. And but this is, you know, this sport has given me everything I could ever ask for.
Well, the fans here at the Angel Stadium are definitely sad to see Ricky Carmichael leave, but taking home second place.
The one good thing out of all this is we're going to get to see Ricky race a few more times this year, so not all done just yet. And look at this, our Kawasaki Speed Poll in the closing stages of the night. 56% thought Carmichael would pull it off, but maybe they were voting with their heart, because James Stewart was the guy who voted with the throttle, and he took the win tonight. And James Stewart is on the top of the podium, and he's with Krista.
Something we're accustomed to here at the Anaheim opener. James Stewart winning once again. James, I asked you, you know, how did the bike feel? And a big smile just flashed across your face. You said it felt really good.
Ah, man, the Kawasaki's working awesome. You know, just lost the front tire, I think, lap 4 or 5, and man, I've never felt this good on a motorcycle. I feel so strong. just after the Canada races kind of woke me up, and went back and really put some hard laps into it, and I'm just really excited about going to Phoenix next weekend and seeing what happens.
After those Canadian races, was there any doubt in your mind? Were you like, hey, kind of second guessing yourself at all, or did you know it was just going to be some hard work needed?
No, I knew it was a long championship, and I felt like I could have done better at the Canadian races, but we just took the positives there. It wasn't too many of them, but got through with a hurt ankle and came back. So man, I'm just super pumped right now. You don't even understand.
You talked about the little bobble there on lap, I think 4 or 5. What did happen?
I just kind of came up a little short on the finish line, and then just as soon as I landed, the front tire started pushing, and I think I was a little too over it, but everywhere else it worked good. The Bridgestone was hooking up. I just had that little bobble, and it was good, though.
The big smile, super pumped. We can't wait to see what you can do in Phoenix and the rest of 2007. James Stewart, your winner in Anaheim.
It's $1 million smile, and James hopes to show it off a lot this year. We'll come back with our final thoughts live from Anaheim after this. To Anaheim, Angel Stadium, the Ant Mobile AMA Supercross Series season opener completing itself here tonight. And it's all, of course, about the road to Las Vegas. Live here tonight in Anaheim, and we'll be live from Sam Boyd Stadium. First weekend in May, we crown a champion in the Supercross Series. And, of course, we'll also have the East-West Shootout for you. Well, points is what'll get you to Las Vegas. Ricky Carmichael leads the world standings. Remember, that also includes 2 rounds in Canada by 2 points now over James Stewart. And let's also show you the AMA point standings, which just gets underway here in Anaheim. James Stewart leads that by 3 over Ricky Carmichael. It's been a great season opener live here on Speed. We sure hope you've enjoyed it. Jeff, what final thoughts do you have coming out of here?
Well, I think what we've seen through the podium interviews was how much emotion came out of each one of these guys. It was 3 different types of emotion, but man, they fought hard for those points tonight. It was an awesome race.
Chris Devoda, how about you?
Well, you know what I was really impressed with? I mean, we knew James Stewart was going to be tough. We knew Ricky Carmichael. I mean, the fact that Chad Reed was able to compete was unbelievable. But looking ahead through the rest of the season, keep your eye on guys like Tim Ferry, Nick Way, Travis Preston, Michael Byrne. These are the guys who've been battling for that spot that Jeff was talking about, that 4th, 5th, and 6th place. Tim Ferry, I think, is going to be the sleeper, and that's exactly what his team said as well. They said, look out for him. He is going to be tough all year long. Aaron?
Well, Krista, you're absolutely right, but I would say there's even more guys than you had just mentioned. There's about 10 guys that have a possibility of taking home a win at any given time. A sweet victory here for James Stewart here this evening, and an emotional night for Ricky Carmichael, and a very painful night for Chad Reed. As you notice, the first race jitters are out of the way, so these guys are clear. They're ready to go to Phoenix as we head to CBS next weekend.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much. Of course, this racing is going to continue, and Ricky Carmichael will stay with us for a little bit longer here on the Supercross Tour. We're going to get to see him next week in Phoenix. He'll be with us in San Francisco and Atlanta, and he's going to race back in the home state of Florida at Daytona, St. Louis, and he'll wrap it all up in Orlando. So it's going to be a great season. We'll get to see a lot more of Ricky Carmichael before it's all done. Well, for me, I think it was, a little heartbreaking to see Ricky Carmichael come up one thing short in his tremendous resume, not winning here in Anaheim, but I think ultimately for Ricky, that's okay. Another tremendously gritty performance by Chad Reed, and James Stewart with the $1 million smile saying that maybe he's going to be the guy to take over for Ricky Carmichael. For Jeff Emig and Aaron Bates and Chris Devoda, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Thank you so much for joining us for the first ever live broadcast of Anaheim 1.
Man, I really wanted to get a passing